How's it going? Welcome to the live. We're starting a new audience here, so we'll see what kind of input we get from our stream content. We're trying to. I think um, we're gonna change the layout of the whole day tripper channel, and we really had a lot of good uh, traction, moving to the lives. And I've learned a lot in the last year about growing YouTube. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are interested in that. So what I thought we'd do is start doing gear reviews on photo equipment and just have a live with discussion about travel and get an idea of what people have interest in. And so we're just going to hang out and see what kind of traction we get. We actually were able to get monetized with one video. And I went through a lot of things. You hear a lot of, you should do this or you should do that, the hook, the 30-second deal, and a lot of things you hear about YouTube. And I just thought, I've learned a lot in the last year and a half about how I would do things different and how to get monetized in a short amount of time. And I think it's doable. I'm going to put this. There's a way to get monetized that's a lot easier and faster than a lot of the gurus are claiming. You can get monetized in 10 months. Easy. And I know you hear that, and this is free information. I'm not selling this to you. I'm not saying, hey, send me $1,000 and I'll teach you how to do this. I'm going to teach you how to do this for free. And it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. So I thought we would just keep messing with we're going to play with the lives on this channel and see if we get how many people we get to come in to the channel to talk about travel and traveling gear, camera equipment. Anyway, I want to teach people how to get monetized fast and easy. And I'm not charging nothing. This is just a live I'm doing on my own time. I've learned a lot of things in the last year and a half about YouTube and what works and what doesn't. And I thought I'd just put it out there for other people. Hey, welcome to live. If you just showed up, if you would put in the comments. I'm just trying to get some input on what people are interested in with the channel. And I was thinking about we should start doing some lives and just teaching people what we've learned in the last year and a half. And we were able to get monetized with one video. And we're very fortunate to do that. So I thought we'd pass it along. And we're not selling you nothing. You go to all these other gurus about YouTube and they say, well, do it this way and that way, and you got to do this and that, and send me $1,000 and I'll teach it. We're not doing that here. We're going to teach you what we learned in the last year and a half about YouTube, and it will save you a lot of time, a lot of time and headache. And so anyway, if any of you have interest in that, or it's really the channel's about travel, but we really haven't been able to gain much traction. So I was thinking maybe we'll do some lives and just talk about travel. In other words, where have you traveled to? Where did you enjoy? What did you not enjoy? Who did you use like if you went on a cruise, what cruise did you take that you enjoyed? But on the other side of it, I would like to teach some kind of YouTube information, because a lot of people out there are trying to do this and they've never done it before. And I had learned a lot in 2 years that I can just give to you for free. There's no cost in it. It doesn't cost me anything here. My name's Go Big. I've been an automotive technician for 40 years. I run another channel and we do a live 3 days a week over there. So I thought, I'm going to try it on the other channel just to see, how many people we get that have interest in just learning a few things, because there's a lot of people that are trying to do YouTube, and it's just there's a lot you have to understand and do. And I can give you some shortcuts and save you a lot of headache. Because there's so many things you hear like, oh, well, you got to do this, you got to do that, or it ain't going to work, and you got to do this, and make sure you buy this and that. And everybody's trying to sell you a $5,000, we'll teach you, send us the money, we'll give you this master program, we're going to teach you how to do it all. And, everybody's regurgitating the same stuff. So why not just give it out for free? That's what I plan on doing. I'm going to give you what got me to where I'm at. We had a video that got 280,000 views and we were monetized with one video. And there's no quick and easy way to do this, but I think I can teach you how to do. There's an easy way. There's a way recently that if you're willing to put in a couple hours a week, 3 days a week, you could be monetized in about 8 months. It's not hard. It's actually, I'm amazed that more of these creators aren't. I think they're not posting it because they want people to buy their course. So they're not going to say it, because why would you buy their course if you can get monetized in 8 months by doing this one thing? And it's really not hard. So anyway, if you have any interest in that, click down below. Hey, I'm a YouTuber, or I'm thinking about YouTubing, or I'd like to learn about it. Just put in a comment if you would. This is my first live on this channel. So they call me Go Big. I run another podcast called Go Big Garage. And so I just thought I'd use this channel has been kind of sitting idle because it's a travel channel. And we just haven't not had the time to do the traveling that we're wanting to do. But I would like to try to review some camera equipment for travel. So I'm thinking maybe more convert this channel from just about travel, but more about travel gear that would be helpful to somebody that is traveling, and have the lives and talk about where you've been in the world. Like if you've been to Australia, talk about it. Let's have a discussion. Say, yeah, I went to Australia. It was great. And this is what we found, what we liked and we disliked. So, if you have any interest in being a part of that, let me know, because we want to get some discussion going on these lives. And this is the first one we've ever done, so they'll get better. But I have a way to teach people as people come in, because we've had a lot of people contact us on our other lives about YouTube. And so there's a lot of shortcuts I can give you for YouTube that I learned along the way. And, maybe it'll be helpful to you. I don't know. So anyway, I'm Go Big. I've been a mechanic for 40 years. I'm semi-retired. And then I run another YouTube channel called Go Big Garage. So I want to try to see, I just wanted to put this live out there and see if we get some traction with people that are interested in having some discussions about traveling different places in the world. And then people that are interested in learning about travel equipment for cameras, that kind of stuff, where you can get a decent camera for, when you're traveling, and we can do some reviews on camera equipment, because I've really spent a lot of time and wasted a lot of money on cameras over the years that wasn't really what I thought they were. So anyhow, if you would, as you're coming in, just if you would leave a comment, they just say, something like where you're from. That'd be great. Say I'm from India, or I'm from wherever. I'm here in Northern California. And I just thought I'd do this live this morning to see if we can get some traction, because I have some good concepts when it comes to YouTube that I've used recently that really work, and they're not hard and they don't cost you anything. So I'm not selling you nothing. I'm giving you free advice other than just show up for the lives and see what you think. So one of the things when I started YouTube, I didn't realize is how important the thumbnails are. Thumbnails are the real key to, and I didn't even put a thumbnail up for this, I don't think. I just jumped on here because I was thinking about how can we start getting more traction on this channel, and reviewing some camera gear and giving people free YouTube advice is a good way, because we got monetized with one video, 280,000 views. So, if you're trying to do that, or you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or, you're just, in the back of your mind going, man, I could do that. We're here to show people that you can do it, because I didn't know nothing when I started this. And I spent the last year and a half, 2 years really studying YouTube and trying to figure out, how can I make this make money for my time that I'm spending doing it. Because I spent a lot of hours, putting these together. And so if you're new, if you just put in the comments where you're from, that'd be great. And then, as time goes on, and you'll see, you see one or two people drop in the room. That's how it starts. You'll start with like one or two people, and then 3, and then 10. And before you know it, you got 20 people that are coming every time. And people get interested in what you're talking about. But I have a lot to offer when it comes to like YouTube growth at no cost, because everybody's selling you something. You get on YouTube and everybody's like, oh, we're going to sell you this master class. If you come to our master class, you're going to be a millionaire. And that's not the truth. There are some classes that are good classes, but they're not worth $3,000 to $5,000. People can give this information away for free, and that's what I'm going to do. I want to just offer it up to people, just because I had to learn over a year and a half and spent a lot of my own money trying to figure it out. And I want to offer that. I'm going to keep doing these lives. So when you see these lives pop up, come check it out. We're going to start going through, how do I start a YouTube channel? How is that done? What do I need for gear? What are some strategies that all these gurus are charging thousands of dollars for? You don't have to buy those programs. You just need somebody like me to say, hey, this is how you do it. There's no reason to charge people thousands and thousands of dollars to gain the knowledge that you have that you could just give for free. Why wouldn't you give it for free? So that's kind of what we're going to start trying to do with these lives. I'm going to start doing about a 30-minute to an hour live on this channel once a week, and see if we can get some people subscribe to the channel, so we can see how that will go. So one of the things that we recently have been doing with the live or with the channel is really looking into the Philippines as a place to go travel to. And if you've never been to the Philippines, I suggest you hang around and listen to the lives. And if you have been to the Philippines, check in and let's talk about what you learned about being there, and share it with everybody else. So we're looking more like into what traveling to Asia looks like. So Vietnam and, Philippines, all those areas over there. We're going to start promoting that here on the channel, where we're spending more time, talking about that. And what does it mean? How do you travel to a foreign country like that? How do you get your passport? Do you have to, how do you set your flights up? And how do you get to the airport when you get there? All those little things. If you've never traveled before, these lives will help you understand that. And the other side of it, and it's really not related, which is kind of dangerous when it comes to YouTube to have unrelated content, but we really want to try to show people that you can get monetized pretty fast. There's an easy way to do it, and nobody's talking about it. And because they're not talking about it is because when they tell you how to do this, you don't need their $5,000 program anymore. You can get monetized in 10 months easy. 8 to 10 months, you'll be monetized. It's not a hard process. And there's one way to do it that nobody's talking about, because they want you to buy their $5,000 program. So we're going to teach people, and this may not be the greatest channel for doing that, but we're going to teach people how to do YouTube growth. I spent the last 2 years, figuring it out. And I spent a lot of my own money that I didn't have to spend, and I learned a lot. So I just want to pass that on to the guy sitting at home thinking, you know what? I was thinking about doing YouTube. Teach you how to do it, teach you how to do for free. All you got to do is show up for the lives, and we're going to hand out the information. And if you're here and it sounds interesting to you, we just put in the comments, where you're from. And it's a travel channel, so we're going to talk about travel, but part of that is also camera gear and how to maintain your camera gear, what to buy, how to not to waste money. If you're traveling overseas, what to expect, how to get a passport, how to pick your flights, how do you get to where you're going when you get there, how to get a good review of a place to stay. And then the lives is nice because everybody gets to share what they know. It's not just me, but we'll get people to get on here that do a lot of traveling and say, oh yeah, use this airline, or go over here through a certain time of the year, you can get a good deal. So by having the live and getting people involved in the lives, it's helpful, because you get everybody's perspective, especially people that are traveling all the time. They can really help us teach each other how to do things. My background is automotive repair, but I spent the last 2 years figuring out YouTube. So along the way, I got monetized in 4 months on YouTube, and I didn't buy no program. I didn't buy anybody's, advice. I did it on my own. And now recently I just found a loophole in getting monetized. It's the easiest way to get monetized, and nobody talks about it because they want to charge you $3,000 for their program. Why would they give up that information for free? And it's pretty simple. If you're looking to get monetized on YouTube, I can show you how to do it in 8 to 10 months for free. Won't cost you a dime. I'm gonna lay it out, and I did it a long way around. I got lucky, and we was able to post a video and got monetized in one video, 280,000 views on the video. But I found a way recently, because we're trying to build our other channel. So that's why I'm on here, because this is my second channel. I got on here, I was like, I'm gonna reach out to people and see if there's people that want to just free advice. Come on here, cost you anything, get free advice, and we'll see where it goes from there. So I see a lot of people just dropping in and out, and that's pretty common. Like when you first start out a channel and you do a first live, they don't pump it out very hard. So, I'm just going to continue with what I'm doing. And when I first started YouTube, I just picked up a camera and I started making video. I was doing really poorly on the thumbnails. And I learned how to use Canva now, and that helped me really change my game when it came to the thumbnails, and understanding that 30-second mark is a big deal, with YouTube, that you need to get the best thing you can in that first 30 seconds. But we have other ways. We want to teach people how to do this at no cost. So there's no cost other than you show up for the live, and we're going to teach you what we know. And so anyway, as you show up, if you would just leave a comment and say hello or something, anyway, I'm gonna run this for about 30 minutes, and I know it's not going to get much traction because we're just a new live that just hit. They usually don't pump your live out very well when you first start out. You got to put some hours in. So if you see this as a replay on the channel or something, come check us out, because we're gonna do some giveaways on Friday nights. Maybe not Friday night, probably Wednesday night or something. But I'm gonna start doing some lives that talks about camera gear. Even if you're traveling and you're looking for a nice camera to buy, we're gonna do camera reviews, and we're gonna teach people how to do YouTube if you have interest. So if you've never did anything with YouTube, you've never set up an email account, you've never set up a Google account, you've never done YouTube before, we're going to show you how you can do it. And you don't have to put it out there until you're comfortable. We'll show you a way where you can set the settings where they're all private videos. So every video that you launch, no one's going to see it until you want to let them see it. And a lot of times people are a little leery about going on camera and making videos because they're not sure how they're going to look or how things are going to be. And I'm going to teach you a way with YouTube that you can make videos, and then you can list them by just clicking a box that no one can see them but you. And what that does, that allows you to practice. You can make 10 videos and put them up and watch them and decide, well, what do I think about that? Should I have like changed the lighting? Is the camera? How's the audio? So we're going to teach you, we can teach you all these things about YouTube growth. And with YouTube growth, most people want to get monetized. And what monetization means, once you get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, you can be monetized, and then you start getting paid by Google for their advertisement on your channel. And that's what most people are looking to do, because you can make from $100 a month up to $10,000 a month. It depends on how well your videos and your content does. If you get a video that all of a sudden it just pops off, like the one we did, we didn't expect much out of it, and it started getting views right away. And we got 280,000 views in like 4 months. And so that one video made us monetize. We got our 4,000 hours of watch time and our 1,000 subscribers. And we're on the road to start doing some different things with our YouTube channel. But anyway, very slow here right now. We're 21 minutes in. We've had a few people come in, no comments yet. But, we're going to continue to try these lives, because I'm going to tell you, this is the secret right here to monetize. And that's something I'm going to teach people that are looking into starting a YouTube channel. Is there's an easy way to monetize at no cost to you. You don't have to buy nothing from me. All you got to do is come here and hear what I have to say. And if you're interested in starting a YouTube channel, this is going to be good content for you for free, because I learned a lot over the last, almost 2 years, about 2 years now, about, what to do and what not to do with YouTube. And a lot of people make the same mistakes when they start a channel, and I can keep you from doing that. I can help you say, you don't want to do this, because that's what really can hurt your channel. And then it's hard to recover from that. You almost have to start a new channel to get out of that. Like this channel started out as something else, and then we moved it to the travel channel. And I think we're going to move it again to a different type of content about YouTube and not about travel. So we need to put some thumbnails in that show that, because we really haven't got much traction with the travel, because there's a lot of travel channels on there. So we want to be more of like an educational channel to teach people about, how to use cameras, how to film, how to do good audio, how to do editing. And then if you want to start your own YouTube channel, we're going to walk you from zero to hero. That's what I call it, because if you're at home and you got time on your hands, you're retired, let's say you're really good at gardening, or you're really good at painting, cooking. Every one of us has something that we're really good at that we know a lot about. And mine's automotive. I've been a mechanic for 40 years, and I have a lot of skills to offer people now. Or because of the last 2 years, I spent 2 years educating myself about camera gear, how to use programs that will help you have a really good YouTube channel. And I'm not going to charge you $3,000 like all these other people do. They say, hey, you want to enter our course, this master course, we're going to teach you how to be a millionaire in a week. Well, all that is pretty much bull. And, I just thought about it. I was like, nobody's offering these people that are trying to learn something for free. Why do you got to charge all the time? I get it. We're all trying to make money in life, but why not just give away? You got to give away stuff sometimes. Give away some of your knowledge where people can trust you. And on these lives, I just be myself. I can't be no one but who I am. So, I'm going to do that on this channel. We're going to start converting this over to a YouTube educational channel to teach other people, older people, a lot that you don't have to be overwhelmed by the process of starting a YouTube channel. And YouTube channel doesn't have to be about money. It can just be about you creating a video diary for your children and your grandchildren when you're gone. They can get on here and see you and say, "Oh, remember that story that Grandpa used to tell? He got it on the YouTube channel." So you can, it just gives you a chance to reach out from the grave. And I'm not talking death, but I had some issues that happened in my life that taught me a lot. So I want to share that with others. And this is my secondary channel, so I'm just going to keep after it. We had very small viewage here today. But I think we're just going to keep after it just to see. We're going to give up 30 minutes of our day, 3 days a week, and see if we can get some traction with this channel. Anyway, I appreciate you. If you're seeing this, you're probably seeing it as it was posted as a video after the fact. And if you would just put a comment down there if you think that YouTube education is something you're interested in, and if camera gear is something that would be helpful to you, because I spent a lot of money on things I didn't need as I'm set up here. There's really only a few basic things you need to do this, and you can even do it with your camera. If you have a good iPhone, you can do it with that. You don't need a fancy camera. It does help to have a good camera, but it's not required. And you don't have to spend a ton of money on a camera. Like this camera I'm using right here was less than an iPhone. You don't have to spend $5,000 on a camera. You can get a nice little entry-level Sony camera for a lot less. And, I can teach you a lot of things that I had to learn the hard way. And I spent a lot of time and effort that really didn't get me nowhere, that I think I can save you a lot of time. So we're going to shift gears with this channel, and maybe even start a new channel. We'll see, because we want to do more. We want to see what people's interests are first. If people have interest in learning YouTube and learning some just basic skills about YouTube that will help you get your channel going, I can show you. And I'm not telling you, hey, for $49.95 a month. No, I'm saying come here, once a week, maybe twice a week, and we'll educate people on how you don't need all that expensive gear, and you can get a good channel going with just some good advice. And I have some good advice for people that I learned over a 2-year period. And I have a way, I'm confident, and I'm doing it right now to prove to people you can go from zero to monetization in 8 to 10 months, because there's a loophole in YouTube. It's not a loophole. It's there for everybody, but I don't hear any content creators talking about it. I don't hear any of these people, that promote, they can teach you how to build your channel, talking about this. And I thought about it, and I was like, the reason they're not talking about it is because if they had this information, they don't need their $5,000 master program, So anyway, I thought I'd run it, 30 minutes, see what kind of traction we get, and then we'll come back. One day this week and talk about it again. And we'll bring up some facts and figures, show you guys some camera gear maybe that you might be interested in, and we'll go from there and see if we can get this thing going. Anyway, if you don't mind, leave a comment, say hi, hello, something, where we know that you're here. And we're going to start teaching people for free content. Doesn't cost you a dime. It ain't never going to cost you a dime. I'm giving away my free experience as building a YouTube channel. And if you ever thought about doing that, or you wanted to do that, leave a comment down there. We're going to teach you how to go from 0 to hero. Because we did it. We were monetized in 4 months, and we didn't buy no fancy program to do it. And so we're willing to give that away to teach other people how to do it. And to do that, you got to come join the lives. And a lot of the content creators, they just don't talk about this, which I know why now, because if they talk about it, then you don't have to spend $3,000 or $5,000 on their master program. You can just do what I'm going to tell you, and you'll be monetized in 10 months. I do not doubt that for a second. And there's people that's been trying to get monetized for 5 years, and they almost get there, because you got to get 1,000 subscribers and 5,000 watch hours within a 12-month period. And if you don't do that, the clock starts over and you got to start again. So, if you ever thought about, like, man, I'm thinking about doing YouTube. It doesn't have to be about the money. You could just be doing this for your family. Create a YouTube channel that shows all the places you go. And then you can just send them links and you guys can see each other's videos. There's all kinds of fun ways to mess with YouTube. You can just, and I can teach you. A lot of people get scared about YouTube because they don't know how they're going to be on camera, and they're a little shy about that. Well, there's a way I can show you where you can, like, you can set the settings so nobody sees it but you. So, there's no risk. You just, you make it private. And then when you load your stuff up, you're the only one that can see it. And then you can review it and decide, hey, do I want to let this release this or not? And then you could send links to people that you want to see it. Let's say you want to do a video for your mom showing her how you plant your watermelon. You can do a video, and then you can send her the link and she can get access to it. It's pretty cool. And YouTube's going to be around for a long time. I started a YouTube channel 20 years ago, and all the information is still there. So it's a good video record of your life and how you feel about things. And, your kids, your grandkids can come back and see their grandma or grandpa or their father or mother 20, 30 years from now, when maybe you've passed, and they can come back and look at that, and it'd be pretty cool to do. I wish I could see videos of my mom, that she's gone, and I never. Oh, Benji, hey, thanks for doing that. You're my first sub. I've been just yakking away here because I do this on another channel, and I'm trying to see if we can help people that have interest in getting going on YouTube or learning about YouTube, and not necessarily about making money on YouTube, but just, I learned a lot in 2 years about YouTube, and I just want to pass it on to people where they don't have to pay somebody. You hear all these gurus you get on there all the time, and you hear people say, oh, we could teach you how to get monetized in a certain amount of time. You buy our master class that costs $3,000, and we're going to show you how it's done. There's no reason for all that. I learned a lot of stuff in the last 2 years. And just to give you my background, I have another channel called Go Big Garage. And we got monetized in 4 months with no one's help. We had a video go to 280,000 views. So, but I just learned something recently that I can teach other people how to do this, and it's not that hard. You can get monetized in like 8 months. All you got to do is, it's an easy way to do it. You just have to put in the time, and there's a lot of tricks that I can teach. They're not tricks. They're just things that I learned along the way that I didn't know, and I know now. So if I could teach that to somebody else just starting out, they could just go, oh, well, I'll start out doing that. And then it just puts you ahead of the game. To get monetized, you got to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So, and you have to do that in a 1-year period. And this is a travel channel. That's what it started out as. And we're dropping travel videos, but we're having such a hard time getting time off to travel. We're having a hard time putting content together. So I thought I'd shift gears and start teaching. Right now, we're at my other channel's at about 2,500 subscribers. But we started doing the lives, and I was surprised how well you can do on the lives. when it comes to subscriptions. So like you're trying to build a channel, there's no better way to get subscribers than lives. Just get on there and be yourself, man. I don't mean to keep looking up that way, but my camera's like right in front of me, and then my monitor's right here. So, you know, we're going to try, I think we're going to shift gears on the channel. We're going to set it up for teaching people about camera gear, because you can waste a lot of money buying cameras. If you get the wrong camera, you just waste a lot of money. You know, we can teach you, you know, how to get the right camera. I have only one subscribe. Do you have a channel now that you have all set up? We're perfect for you, because we're going to be able to teach you some things that will save you a lot of headaches, man. Save you a lot of time and money. Because I went through that. I went through that whole thing that you're dealing with right now, trying to get people to subscribe. No. So is that something that you thought about doing before? And I tell people about YouTube, it doesn't have to be about, oh, I want this giant YouTube channel. It could just be about, you know, I want to leave something behind for my kids and grandkids and my family to see if something was to happen to me. You know, there's a video diary of who I was. Yeah, okay. So I'll give you some advice first, and we'll do these during the live. So I'll start doing one of these lives, because we'll start, like you, we'll start picking up. You see how this is going right now? So this is the first live we've done on this channel. And that's what I'm going to teach you, is the lives are the key. The lives are the key. Because with videos, when you make a video, you'll be lucky to get 100 people to view it when you start out. And you might get, you know, you might get 200. And it's really hard to get up in the thousands. But here's the deal. No one teaches this. And that is the lives. Tomorrow, can you be live? Yeah, I could probably come in tomorrow and talk about it a bit. I'm going to try to do a half hour until we see some traction. Once I get 10 people in here, I'll do it all the time. I'm doing that now on my other channel. And what I'm going to tell you is that when you do videos, it's hard to get subscribers, because all they want to do is look at your video and they don't subscribe. So it makes it really hard. But when you do lives, most of the time when I do a live, I'll get 25 or 30 subscribers that day. You know, so it doesn't take long to rack up the subscribers, and the same goes for the watch hours. So when you do, I can teach you. So you see how the video is vertical like this, like on a cell phone. So that's kind of a loophole, because what happens is on YouTube, when you do vertical content, they put that out on the shorts feed. You know how you look at your phone and you can see the shorts and they're like 20-second videos? Well, when you do a live on the vertical, they put your lives out there with the short. So it goes out to millions of people, to where if you do it horizontal, you know, you don't get any traction, because it doesn't get fed out like it does on this one. And this is how my life, I'll get to your question in just a second. This is how my life started. I started with 1 person, 2 person, 3 person. And now when we go live on the other channel, we get 5,000 views. And everybody's engaged, and there's new people that know each other, and it builds a community. I'm 61. I just turned 61 like 2 days ago. So anyway, my background is I've been an auto technician for my whole life, 40 years. So that's my background. I know a lot about automotive and technical things. So the camera gear and what I'm doing with the YouTube, it kind of becomes easy for me, because I've done a lot of technical work over the years. But I'm able to teach. I want to be able to teach people something that don't cost them anything. Like right now, if you go to somebody that's teaching YouTube, within 30 seconds, they're telling you, well, if you want the full video, if you want the full thing, if you go over here to my, you know, my program I developed, you can get in for $3,000 and we'll teach you how to be a millionaire. And it's all bull. Okay, my other channel is Go Big Garage. Go Big Garage 66 is the name of the channel, and we teach automotive. And like I said, we have a bunch of videos. I think we have over 100 videos over there now, and we have one that went over 280,000. But you just never know. That's why I try to teach people is like, you're only as you're one video away from a check. You never know what that video is going to be. It can be the silliest little thing. It could be like how to put salt in a salt. I mean, it's stupidest things sometimes just go viral, and you just don't know. But there's little things that you need to learn along the way. Is how to. The best advice I can give people when they're first starting out is don't even worry about the videos right now. Learn how to do a thumbnail. That's the key. Thumbnails are the key. Go big. Oh, let me see. You know what, dude? I'll put up. Give me a second. I'll put because I can do that. This is new software, but let me. I'll give you a link. Give me a second, man. See if I can find me. There I am. I'll put a link up for you. I just went to my channel so I can get the link. Hang on, I'm still here. I'm just getting you, I'm going over my other account. All right, brother, give me just a second. There it is right there. Actually, I can put it up on the screen for you. So that's our other channel. So the reason I'm doing this on this channel is I spent a lot of time like trying to learn all this stuff, and man, it's a lot to go through. You get taken so many different directions by all these people that claim that, you know, their way is the best way, and you got to do this and you got to do that, and you got to do a certain length video, and you got to do, you know, so there's all these little rules. They say, well, if you want to do this and you'll double your subscription, do this and you'll be monetized in months. And it's all just regurgitated information. The name, what do you mean by the name? I don't understand what you mean by the name. So if you see that, let's see, Canada. So that's up on the screen now. Yeah. So if you just copy and paste that on one of the comments, or copy and paste up here. So right up here, it's showing right up here. And see, all this stuff I'm showing you right now is stuff I had to learn. I could teach people, and it makes it easier when somebody can say, oh no, you need to click this, and you need to download this software, and you need to do that, or whatever, you know. And I just want to teach people what I've learned, you know, for free, you know, and just start a community here about YouTube and how to build your audience, you know. And so that's what we're going to do. And I was able, like I said, our channel is, we're coming up on a year old now, I think. I think we're coming up on a year. But we got monetized in 4 months by having one video really take off. And so we've done lives over there. And I'm going to start doing that here and just maybe try to find out where people are as far as their journey on YouTube is, and then try to help them through it and say, you know, because some people don't even know how to set up an email. You know, older people don't, you know, and there's people on YouTube now that are 75, 80 years old. So if we can help people, like just take them from the very beginning and go, you want to start, and you don't have to do YouTube to be out there for the whole world to see. You can just be you and your family. you know. And I tell people, if you're going to start out, and what you can do is you can make a setting for private, and then every video you make, nobody can see it but you. And that's a good way to start. Then you just start doing videos and learning how to edit and all that, and load your video up and watch it. No one can see it but you until you say, okay, I want the public to see it now. And you can do that. And it makes it easy to learn how to do it by doing it that way. Because then you can just do a video, say, okay, I'm going to do a video a day about mowing my yard. Do the video and then load it, you know, learn how to load it up off your phone or camera. And then you learn all the processes. And then you don't have to let anybody see it until you get to the point that you feel comfortable about it. The first couple steps, though, I'll tell you right now, if you're going to do a YouTube channel, is first you have to set up a Gmail. You have to set up a Gmail address. So you have to have a Google account with a Gmail email. You got to have that to start a YouTube channel. You have to have those two things. So if you don't have a Gmail mail, if you don't have Gmail, you can't do YouTube. So that's the first thing you got to do, is you have to set up an email through Google. So you need to have a gmail.com Google address. And then you go to YouTube and set up your channel. They'll use that web address to get you going. And then setting up YouTube is really easy. You know, it's not hard at all. But the best advice I can give people that are thinking about doing this, start learning how to do thumbnails. And the thumbnail is the little picture you see when you're thumbing through your phone and you see pictures come up. That's what a thumbnail is. And to me, then, they don't preach this enough on all the guru sites, that the thumbnail is the most important thing. Without a good thumbnail, you could have the best video in the world and it's never going to get seen. Because if the thumbnail is hard to read, people are going to go right by it. So it'll never get clicked on. So anyway, if you're new here, please give us your subscription, make a comment. If you leave a comment, Benji, thank you for leaving your comments today. I really appreciate that. And we'll just keep grinding it out here. I'll do like a 30-minute live, an hour live here and there. And each time we'll just talk about the beginning, you know, what do you need for gear? Doesn't take much. If you have an iPhone, you can do there's people that have made millions of dollars using an iPhone on YouTube. So, you know, all these gurus will tell you, oh, you got to have this light and you got to have this, and you got to have that. All that stuff is nice if you can afford it and want to spend the money on that, but it's not required. You can just do it like this. Pick up your phone, hit record, and start your channel. That's all you need. So anyway, so Benji, I appreciate you hanging out here with me today. You're my only comment, but this is how YouTube starts out, man. You start out with just, it starts out slow. It's a long game, and then you just keep after it. Just like today, I got maybe a handful of people came in. You're the only one that commented, but after a period of like, you put in 8 or 10 hours of live, it'll change. You'll start having people that hang around and people that become part of your community. And then you get to talk to them a little bit and find out what their needs are. And that's what I'm trying to create right here is, what are your needs? What do you need? You know, because I can do camera reviews where it is helpful to people that are traveling, that want to take pictures. And then I'm pushing the YouTube thing. So if you just came in, if you would just put a little comment in there. Seth Holler, how you doing, Seth? Where are you from, by the way? If you don't mind me asking. I want to be clear on what we're doing here. This has been a travel channel for quite some time, you know, and I haven't had time because I haven't had the time off I want to spend on the travel part. So I was thinking, you know, I could help people by doing camera reviews and teaching people how to the lingo of YouTube, and if you wanted to start YouTube, how to do that, and teach them for free, because you get a lot of people that all they want to know is, how can you put money in my pocket, so that's part of it. I'm hoping that I can just promote good education for free. I spent 2 years on YouTube figuring it all out, and I got monetized in 4 months. We've had a video that hit 280,000 views, and I want to teach other people how to do that without telling them, oh, go over here, I'm going to sell you this. I'm going to sell you this $5,000 program. It's information that we should be sharing anyway. There's no reason to keep that all to ourselves, and over a 2-year period, I had a lot of ups and downs trying to figure it out, just trying to get my software to work, how to edit video, and when and why you should edit video. Like this right here, you don't have to do any editing. That's why I tell people, start with some lives, and you don't have to put them out there. You can sit. No, he left, D. Yeah, I figure he did. But see, that's the thing when you're doing the lives, you just want to just keep talking like you're talking to 100 people. That way, when 100 people are out there, you're ready. You've already been doing it. And these will get posted as a video. So when you're doing the lives, when you get done, it goes on your channel as a video. So when people come to your channel, they might still watch this live. And then they'll go, oh, you know what? I'm going to go check that live out next time I'm doing nothing, So you'll get people from your channel that watch this. Is that go? You're missing a G. Benji, where it says at go big, you said go big rage. It's go big garage. See, so go big, and then GARAGE. Matter of fact, if you go up here, like in the comments, you can just copy and paste that. You can just copy and paste down, like right. So like up here where I put the comments, and it says Day Tripper, and it says youtube.com at go big garage 66. Just copy and paste that and put that in your browser, and it'll bring that right up. Is there any way I can help you through that? So do you know how to copy and paste? If you just put your cursor over the words, and then just push down on your keyboard and drag over that, it'll turn a different color. And then you right click on your thing and tell it copy, and just put that in the address bar. And your address bar is where you look up, and there's a bunch of, like when you look at the tab at the top, like when you push the plus button to open a new page, then you just put that right there in that address bar, and it'll take you right there. We'll have to walk through that, because I don't know if a lot of people know how to do that. We'll have to do that. But anyway, how far are we in? So I'm probably going to call it a day for today. I'm 58 minutes in it, and I got a pickup I got to work on today. But thanks for hanging out with me today, Benji. And like I said, this is a first live we've done with this channel. So I'm going to keep doing one of these, like 3 times a week, and see how many people we get in that want to learn the YouTube. And because I can teach you, I can just save you a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time trying to figure it out at the beginning. And then once I got it figured out, I was like, man, I wish I'd have known this 6 months ago. I would have saved myself a half a year. So I just want to, do this for other people. See if I can get them ahead of the game. I got nothing to lose. I don't mind sharing. All these guru places, when you see these guys that are like, they're YouTube gurus and they're multimillionaires. and they don't want to share nothing with you. They want you to pay for everything they say to you. So, and I'm sure at some point, you know, you're going to want to collect some money because you got to get paid for your time. But these guys are making multi-millions on teaching people how to do YouTube, and all the information they need is already out there. All you got to do is find the right person to tell you. But the best information I can give you, Benji, is start looking on YouTube how to make a good thumbnail. That is key. That is the key. Number one thing. Because let me explain something to you. You can make the best video of all of YouTube. And if your thumbnail is not up to task, it'll never get watched. Because the thumbnail is like the invitation. It comes out to somebody and says, hey, do you want to watch this? If they don't click on it within, 5 seconds, you get buried with another 5 million videos. So your thumbnail is your chance to go, curiosity. Did I make these people curious enough, or was it clear enough that they could read it, what it is? And is that something that they want to watch? So that's key, thumbnails. So if I gave you any kind of Benji, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? The best homework I can give you tonight is go to YouTube and put in how to make a good thumbnail, and then put in how to use Canva for beginners. Canva is a program that helps you make really good quality thumbnails. A lot of people are using AI, but people are getting tired of the AI. I'm telling you, people think it's the cat's meow, but it's not going to last. Not for video production. And so if I was me, if I was going to give you some good information as a first step, go on YouTube and just watch a bunch of videos about how to do a good thumbnail and what is a good thumbnail. Usually it's 3 elements, not more than 3 elements, big bold letters, and something that makes people curious. And then you have to deliver. Once you get them to click on it, then you got to deliver with the video. So anyway, I'm going to call it a day for today. This is our first live that we've done on this channel, the Day Trippers channel, and we're probably going to change everything up. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll probably see you. If you subscribe, you'll get a notification when our next live comes. Click on the notification and then click on that little bell so you get notified when we go live. And you'll get a little thing that says, hey, Day Trippers is going live. And then you'll know we're going live. And our next one, I'll try to have some content available to show people, okay, this is step 1. If you're interested in this, step 1. And we're going to do camera reviews too. I'll do a review on my Sony ZV-1. It's a pretty nice camera. You can get it for about $550 with all the bells and whistles. It gets a lot. It's a kit, but that's what I started with, and it does a good job. You can do just about everything you need to do with that camera for under $600. So anyway, okay, we're going to end the live today. Benji, take care, and make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications so you'll know the next time I go live. Take care, buddy. Appreciate it.